Yes, lads, welcome back to the channel for another live stream. And today it is the next two groups of World Cup Matchday 3 action. And this group then is Group D. And it is France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia all trying to book their place into the last 16 of the World Cup. Now, as you can tell by what the table looks like currently, France do sit top on 6 points and are already qualified into the last 16. France only need, I believe, a point to top the group, and then they will go on and win Group D, and they will play the runner-up of Group C. Australia are in currently the position of second. They've got a massive game against Tunisia. Victory for the Aussies, and they will be qualified into the last 16 in second place. However, if they draw their game and Denmark or Tunisia win by a couple of goals, it will put Denmark or Tunisia through into the last 16. Of course, Tunisia have to beat France. Denmark have got Australia, so if Denmark can beat Australia, that will put Denmark through ahead of the Aussies. So it's an interesting day ahead of Group D action. Like I said, France do lead the way at the moment. You'd expect them to win the group, and then from there, it could go any way. Tunisia could turn up against France and beat them. Australia could just beat Denmark and just get the job done, or even just get a point. Because if they get a point, they'll be on 4 points minus 2. However, Tunisia... So even if Australia win, Tunisia... If they beat France, they could go through in second. So it's a real tough one because anyone can go through. France obviously already are through, but Denmark, Tunisia, or Australia could all make it through. And obviously that depends on Australia's result as well. So it's going to be an interesting day of action. You know, all three teams can qualify. Pretty much like many of the groups, there's one team that's won the group, or not won the group necessarily, but there's one team that is guaranteed to be through. And then beyond that, you know, you're just waiting to see the order of the groups. Make sure, like I said, to smash a like on the video, guys. That really does help the channel. Please make sure to share the stream if you can. And like the video. Just drop it a like. It doesn't cost anything. It is free of charge. But it does massively help the channel grow and reach a larger audience. My prediction for these games then. In fact, I will put my predictions in the chat and then I'll pin the chat. I'm going to go... Now, I'm going to go Australia 1, Denmark 1, France 3, Tunisia 1. So I'm going to go 3-1 Tunisia and 1-1 between Australia, man, and Denmark. So those are my predictions for the two games. Of course, let me know your predictions in the chat as well. Let me know what you're thinking ahead of this game, who you think is going to get out of the group. Obviously, it's in Australia's hands, isn't it? It's in their hands. So it's Australia's place or Australia's position to lose. I've got the French Tunisian game on the big screen, but I've got the Australia-Denmark one on my laptop as well. So obviously we've got both games available. They're just showing highlights of, I don't know what game this was. No, they're showing the highlights of Australia against Tunisia. Obviously, that was a 1-0 victory for Australia, which has now give them the opportunity going into this game to well, they could draw it, but they've got to hope that France beat Tunisia. I'm interested to see how this group goes, actually, because there will be twists and turns throughout the group. Like at one position, a team may be second, and then they could drop down to fourth. I don't think. Yeah, Tunisia, Australia could still finish the group bottom. Australia could still finish bottom. Because if Denmark win, they'll be on 4 points with at least a goal difference of 0, because obviously 1 to win the game at least. And the same for Tunisia. So if Tunisia and Denmark both win, Australia will finish bottom. And then it will depend on goal difference to see whether Denmark or Tunisia go through. And of course, they both drew when they played each other. So it's a real interesting group and interesting permutations of the group. Like I said, victory for Australia sends them through. Australia draw, and they need to hope that Tunisia Denmark can't win if Tunisia win, but if Australia wins. So yeah, it's going to get complicated maybe for some people that may not understand the permutations of it, but like I said, Tunisia could still qualify. That's what I mean. Like, Tunisia can still qualify. They've got to beat France, and even then, they have to rely on results elsewhere. But what I may do is swap the games over. May have to swap the games over if France is a bit of a one-sided game, because Australia-Denmark means a lot more, doesn't it? Tunisian national anthem. The French national anthem. I may be French in a few weeks, in like a week's time. Da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Camavinga starts. And Steve Mandanda gets the nod. It looks like Raphael Varane is the French captain for this afternoon, I believe. Da-da. 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 Come on, Didier Deschamps. Come on, Les Bleus. Vive les Bleus! Vive la France! Like I said, at the start of the World Cup, as soon as Wales get knocked out, I am Vive la France. Bonjour. Imagine trying to do the watch along in France. Bonjour, je m'appelle. Elephant, le foot. Vavan. Oh, damn it in goals. We're not doing that. Dalby, Mariah, Grandi as the back three. Malul, Laiduni, Shaqiri and Zakrida as the wing-backs. Ben Rodmini, Wahib Krasri and Slimani as the front three. Like I said, I am supporting France for the rest of this tournament now. In fact, I've even got a French flag, which I bought a few years ago. So we may have to get that out during the second half or later on in the tournament. Did it take a day for you to get over Wales being knocked out? No, it's life, isn't it? You've got to move on. I said that on a couple of streams and a couple of videos. You've got to move on now. It is what it is. So Mandanda in goals for France. 9 changes. Diassi, Varane, Konate and Fofana. Varane captains the team. Camavinga, Tchouameni and Guendouzi. What a midfield. Kingsley Coman on the left. Jordan Veretout on the right. Kolomuani up front. That midfield is the future of French football, isn't it? Camavinga, Tchouameni, Guendouzi. Hal says, come on, Australia. Big up, Chris. Hope you are, mate. Yeah, I read that comment. And my predictions, 1-0 Denmark, 2-0 France. The French team, Riley McGree, Mitch Duke up front. Aaron Moy, Irvine, Lecky, Goodwin. Bahich, Rolls, Suter. Didn't see the rest of the bloody Australian team, mate. They're just absolutely bloody stoked to be here. I must have missed the Denmark team. I'm waiting to see if they put the Denmark team on my other screen. Christian Eriksen and Matty Ryan. Here is the Danish team. So it is, of course, Kasper Schmeichel in goals. He's gone with a back four of Miele, Christensen, Andersen, and Christensen. The 5 in front, Lindstrom, Jensen, Eriksen, Højbjerg, and Skov Olsen, with Martin Braithwaite leading the line for Denmark, who are without the injured Thomas Delaney. That's the dream, Chris. That is the dream, my man. I'm hoping they do as well. Vive la France. Les Bleus. Right, I'm going to update the banner and the title now. So Australia 0, Denmark 0, France 0, Tunisia 0. And we'll update the table. France currently on 7 points. Australia on 4. Denmark on 2. And Tunisia on 2. That will change during the afternoon, I'm sure. And like I said, Australia underway straight away against Denmark. And like I said, Raphael Varane captains the French side this afternoon. So another Manchester United player representing his country at the World Cup. Hannibal Magebury of Tunisia is on the bench only. which is obviously a sensible thing to do with his age and the fact that, Tunisia have got more experienced players in their starting lineup. Like I said, France have made 9 changes going into this game. So no Kylian Mbappe, no Olivier Giroud, no Dembele, no Griezmann, no Hugo Lloris. Trying to think of who else. No Ibrahim Konate, or is he starting? No Upamecano. So it's a very, very changed French team by Didier Deschamps. Actually, I'm going to have a poll. I'm going to put a decent poll up. Right, my poll for today is, if already qualified before match day 3, would you change the whole team for the last group game? Let me know what your opinions is on that. Personally, I can see why managers and why teams do it, but it's one of them where it may disrupt the team and it may disrupt the squad. But also the pros of it is you get a fully rested team for the knockouts, and I'm guessing that's what is more beneficial, having your best players fit for the last 16. Early chance from Australia there, but blocked in the end by Denmark. Chris says 100% yes for me. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because an early yellow card in the Australia game, and it is a yellow card for number 16 for Australia for a foul on Skov Olsen. But this France game, I wouldn't say it doesn't mean anything, because France will want to win the group. That's the mentality that these French players have got. But one thing it will do is it will prepare them for the knockout rounds, and also it'll give football to a lot of the players that realistically are not going to play any part in the knockout rounds. Like, I don't think Kolo Muani is going to really get game time ahead of Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann, Dembele, or Giroud. So, giving players like Kolo Muani a game. The midfielders, Guendouzi's not going to get in the team with Rabiot. So, there's a few players that start in that are not going to stay in the team beyond this game. Corner for Tunisia. Cleared away. Ball comes back in by Tunisia, but Steve Mandanda punches instead of come in to collect. Kolo Muani tries to push. Like Jordan Veretout, for example. Jordan Veretout is never going to play in the last 16, barring injuries. And then you look at the back line as well. There's probably no way that Fofana plays right back. I don't know why why Steve Mandanda tried to punch that ball. Really odd from Mandanda. Mandanda goes long. They head it back. And Kolo Muani could try and get past, but out comes Draymond in the Tunisian goal from Daman in the end. Ball comes in from Denmark, clearly saved by Matty Ryan in the Australia goal, mate. Still goalless in both ties. Tunisia 0, France 0. Australia, mate, 0. Denmark 0. So free kick Tunisia. Lovely bit of play there from Tunisia, but and there's a free kick to Tunisia. Wahib Khazri over it. Wahib Khazri to deliver this free kick for Tunisia. It'd be a massive goal if they score it. Khazri's ball into the box, and it's in! Tunisia take the lead! Tunisia 1, Les Bleus 0, but it is offside. Oh, Tunisia. It's a lovely ball in, 100% offside, and Tunisia have already put the ball in the back of the net, but it will not count. It will not count. Excuse me. Mandanda is very much beaten there as well, which is, for France, a worrying thing. They can get beaten that easily. Australia playing it out from the back. Nearly 9 minutes gone in the Australia game. 9 minutes approaching in this one as well. Still goalless in both ties. But Australia coming down the left-hand side. The ball comes in, and it is way behind for a Denmark goal kick. Skov Olsen then is right hand side for Denmark. Gets the ball in the box, but Australia will clear it away. And so awful clearance. And back it comes again. Christian Eriksen trying to whip the ball in, but Denmark playing it around. Like I said, still 0-0. That goal that Tunisia have put, despite it being obviously offside and not counting, I do still think that will wake either Australia or Denmark on. Skålson again. Buchanate. Buchanate. It's a chance for Denmark, and they've just missed it. Matty Ryan. Let me see if it's a save. It's a lovely ball in round the corner. And Skålson. It's a fine save from Matty Ryan, to be fair. Yes, it's right at him, but it's still a fantastic save. Diassi puts a hand behind for a corner. Corner to Denmark. And to be fair, from this game, it has been all Tunisia. The Denmark game has been pretty much all Denmark. Corner comes in for Tunisia, and it's over, or it's hit the bar, not the bar, the top of the roof of the net. And Wahid Khazri hits the top of the net. The thing is, this group is wide open. One goal going in elsewhere, and it completely changes the group. Khazri. Wahid Khazri. Is that not a penalty? Tunisian players believe it is. Wahid Khazri was fouled inside the box. Nothing got given. Denmark coming down again, down the right-hand side. And to be fair, Denmark have got to go for this. However, this Australia-Denmark game is pretty much winner takes all. Because if Australia draw, they're through. If Denmark win, they're through at the expense of Australia. But if this is a draw and Tunisia beat France, then it's actually Tunisia who go through instead of Australia. Khazri again. Definitely the one to make everything happen for Tunisia, and he gets another free kick. Lovely little play there from Wahid Khazri. No, I disagree, Jeff. I think Costa Rica... Well, no, I'm going to have to agree with you. I was going to say Costa Rica, but then I remember they beat Japan. I hate to say it, but maybe... No, yeah. I'd probably say yeah. But we've got to go again. We've got to go again. Easy save for Mandanda in goals there. Like I said, if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 3.2k. And like I said, at the start of the tournament, where's it gone? I made my my end of World Cup subscriber target, and I wrote that before the first game kicked off. So before Qatar, Ecuador kicked off, that's what I wrote down, and hopefully we can hit it. I've actually forgot what I wrote down, to be fair. I have a feeling what I wrote down, but I can't remember. Here's Laidouni. Lovely play from Loidouni. And it's chopped down by Eduardo Camavinga. And that should be a yellow card. Don't think the referee's going to give a yellow card, but excellent bit of play from Loidouni. Puts it right through the legs of Camavinga. And Camavinga just kicks out. Oh, Chris, you are very much welcome, mate. I've won, in my honest opinion, but I was like, let's just drop in for 5-10 minutes whilst I got 5-10 minutes free, and I thought, let's just support Chris. I know I don't really like the sport, but Chris is a good mate of mine, so let's tune in to that. As you can probably tell, I didn't stay in for too long. Kazri. His ball comes in towards the box. Oh, it's been stuck under his legs. Oh, Tunisia nearly get a goal. The ball was stuck under the player's leg and he just couldn't release it. Varane basically gets pushed to the floor, the French captain. Oh, by the way, chat, everyone said, oh, Saliba, best French centre-back. He's not even bloody starting in their rotation team. Do you know what I mean? Saliba is so overrated, it's ridiculous. He's not even that good. He has so many mistakes in him. And he's being overhyped because Arsenal have had an unbelievable start to the season so far. Here's Camavinga. This is what he loves to do, Camavinga. Run with the ball. Kolo Muani, very good player, Kolo Muani. But the Tunisian man gets a foot in. French throwing on this near side. Chris, I don't know if you agree with me. You may not, but take biased away from it. I said that Lisandro Martinez is better than Saliba, and I got rinsed for it. But I believe it. I think Lisandro Martinez is a better centre-back than William Saliba. Do you know what, though? Konate was excellent against Australia. Konate is probably France's, at the moment, their third best centre-back. I think their best centre-back is Raphael Varane, and I will hold my hands up. Varane, I think, is the best French centre-back. Then second, you'd probably say Deo Upamecano, hence why Upamecano is rested for this one. And then you'd probably say Konate. And then it's a toss-up whether you go with Nordi Mukiele of RB Leipzig or William Saliba. But even though he's a Liverpool player, I would rather Ibrahim Konate over Saliba any day. I just think Konate has got everything. The ball recovery time in this Australia game takes 15 seconds for Australia to recover the ball compared to Denmark's 9. And that 6 seconds could be a telling factor in the game. Because it takes Australia 6 seconds more to recover the ball than it does Denmark. And if the ball's in the middle of the park, same as Varane though, Chris, isn't it? Same as Varane. Varane's been injured pretty much all, the last 2 months of the season. Comes in, captains the side. Like, lovely play from Tchouaméni, but loses the ball. And Tunisia can hit on the break. He's done very well there. There's the main man, Kylian Mbappe, sat on the French bench. Oh, it just makes you sick, doesn't it? They can just bench Kylian Mbappe. Like how scary is it, chat, that they are 0-0 against Tunisia, playing a good side, and they've got... Oh, hang on a minute, chat. We could just bring on Griezmann, Ousmane Dembele, Giroud, and Mbappe. Like, what? Like, Jesus, man. What a squad. Like, one of the best players in the world sat on your bench. Kazri. That's lovely play from Eduardo Camavinga. I'll tell you what, that would be a debate. That would be a very good debate. Who is better? Do you know what? I'm going to have that as the debate. Who is better? I want to see how you spell his name first before I So it's Aurelien. Right, who are we going for? Who is better, Aurelien Tchouameni or Eduardo Camavinga? Now that is an interesting one because I actually think one is better, but I think the other one I would prefer in my team. I think, in my brutal, honest opinion, I think Camavinga's better, but I'd rather Tchouameni. But they're both gonna... It's like Javi and... Javi. It's like Gavi and Pedri, isn't it? I think Gavi's a better player, but I may prefer to have Pedri in my team. It's one of them ones, but they're both fantastic footballers, and I don't even know how old they are, but they've definitely got 2 or 3 World Cups left in them. And obviously 2 or 3 Euros as well. Basically, whoever you pick, you can't go wrong. Andre, what an absolute legend. Welcome back to the channel, mate. I'm literally about to say that we haven't seen Andre around too much. Hope everything is well with yourself, mate. Also, if your boy Vladislav Omelchenko gets past Luke Woodhouse, it's going to be me versus you, mate. Omelchenko versus Gerwin Price, and it will be on my birthday. Gerwin Price is playing on my birthday at the World Darts Championship. Oh, God. If he loses on that day, it's the last game of the session as well. It's the last game of the session. So I will end the stream and go to bed if Price loses on the day of my birth. Imagine I was born on Christmas Day. I would be God then, pretty much. But Jesus, not God. Welcome in, Ryan. La France. I love the French team, man. Kachida. That was a foul throw, wasn't it? Do you know what? Something just tells me they're going to do it again, lads. Yeah, very true. The ball's into Coman. Takes it wide. And it is a goal kick for Tunisia. Oh, I just see France doing it again, chat. I can see them return. Sorry about that. I had to refresh the stream. It was all lagging. Is it back now? It might not have been lagging for you, but it was lagging for me. "25 minutes gone in both of the games. Please make sure to smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new around here. If you do want to donate to the channel, you can do that via the super chat. The top donator of the World Cup streams, of course, is Ryan. So if you want to overtake Ryan as a top donator, I believe you've got to donate like £30. So please don't do that if you don't want to, but that option is obviously there for you. To be fair, Tunisia are managing the game well, aren't they? Well, you haven't donated in a couple of days, Ryan, so you're giving everyone else a chance. Also, lovely ball in. Oh, but Wahib Khazri cannot get past my centre-back, Rafael Varane. Lovely to play here from Australia. Kasper Schmeichel will easily collect, as Kasper Schmeichel always does. Camavinga. Guendouzi. And that's a terrible challenge on Eduardo Camavinga from Cacreda. It's always a free kick, isn't it? Oh, it's a horrible one. Yeah, so as it stands, as you can see by the banner, France will go through in first on 7 points. Australia second on 4 points with a -2 goal difference. Denmark will finish third on 2 points -1. Tunisia will finish bottom, 2 points on -1 as well. But here come Denmark. Dennis left-hand side. Denmark in the box. Ball comes in. It's cleared away. Braithwaite. Christian Eriksen. Oh, Christian Eriksen puts it very well wide of the goal. Australia getting away with it there. Lovely bit of play down the left-hand side from Denmark. Falls to Christian Eriksen, and a play of his ability, you'd expect that ball to rustle the back of the net, or at least on target. Christian Eriksen drags his shot well wide of Matty Ryan's goal, and it is still Australia 0, Denmark 0. Ball comes in, but Ibrahim Konate clears ahead of Wahib Khazri. Ball comes in from the cross, and Steve Mandanda will have enough to collect. He is an unknown quantity, but you've got to look at Woodhouse, and Luke Woodhouse as on the floor is just a very capable player, isn't he? He's never going to get to, well, I say this now, watch him do it. He's never going to get to like a quarterfinal, semi-final, or maybe even last 16, but he could beat a seed, and even Price will probably be hoping for Luke Woodhouse to get through, because he doesn't want to get beat by someone that he's not heard of in Omolchenko. But Woodhouse is not a pushover. So look, every game in a World Championship has to be taken, no matter what sport you're in. Every game, is that not a foul? Apparently not. Every game has to be taken seriously, even if it is like Van Gogh versus I don't know, I'm trying to think of a really awful player. Christian Perez. Perez, not the best. We saw him at the Grand Slam. Not really the player that we thought he made turn up at the Grand Slam and be. So, we could very easily see whitewashes happen. There will be whitewashes. There will be people that get eliminated free zip and get knocked out of the tournament 100%. Goal kick for Mandanda. But like I said, still 0-0 in both the games. As it stands, it will be France and Australia through. Ball comes in for Tunisia. And it will be back-to-back corners for the Eagles. Eduardo Camavinga heading behind. France, of course, looking to retain their World Cup crown. Right, we're going to make one more poll, and that'll be the one to end the stream. I'm waiting, Chris, for... Do you remember what we done for the last World Championships, where we done that bracket prediction? Hang on, let me... World Darts Championship. Let me see if it's up there. No, it's not on there yet. I'm going to wait for a bracket predictor to come on, to come up, and then what we'll... Yeah, players might even withdraw from the World Championships with personal issues. Yeah, literally anything can happen. Like the 96 players that are provisionally drawn in to play could be a different 96 to the ones that start. Obviously, you'd expect probably 90 to 95% of them to stay the same. The reason why I think France may get out of the group is just because I generally think that like Deschamps just manages the squad, not just the team, manages the squad. And Kolo Muani comes forward for France. No, I do think that Deschamps has managed the sort of game well, managed the squad well. Sorry. It won't be like that, I don't think. But I mean, like, there was a certain Chinese player that couldn't come over because of visa issues and stuff like that. So, Wahib Khazri, what a strike! What a strike from Wahib Khazri, former Sunderland man. It bounces up for him and he has to hit it. Flicks it up with the left foot, volleys it, and it's, again, not an easy save for Mandanda. Again, he parries it. If I was Deschamps, I would have gone for Areola instead of Mandanda. I don't really think Mandanda's having a good game here. He's had a couple of really bad decisions that has managed to somehow work for him. Ball comes in from the corner, headed away by France. Kingsley Coman held the ball up and was fouled, so will get a free kick to France inside the Tunisian half. Still Australia 0, Denmark 0. Australia very much sitting back against the Danes, but Australia don't need to win the game. Australia necessarily don't need to win the game. They will want to end the group stage with a bang. And if Tunisia score against France, they do need to win. But as it stands, a draw for Australia does it as things stand. And they'd expect France to beat Tunisia. Yes, Tunisia have had a very good start to this game, 36 minutes in. But you'd still expect France, with the quality they have in the on the pitch, on the bench. I mean, if it's going bad, they can just bring on Kylian Mbappe. So, I mean, it's not a real worry for France, but Tunisia come forward and Camavinga does excellently well. Varane. Tunisia's ball into the box, but Tchouaméni plays it to Camavinga. I just forgot that Tchouaméni and Camavinga both play for Real Madrid. I literally only just remembered that. Wow. What a team Real Madrid are building, by the way. Like, one thing I will say is, yes, Real Madrid were part of the Super League and, you know, their owners, Perez and all of them are dickheads, and most of their board are for what they try to do with the Super League. But how quickly do they change? How quickly do Real Madrid rebuild? It's really impressive. They are a team that no matter what era they are in, they will win stuff. Whether they're rebuilding, they won the Champions League. Sorry, Chris. But they won the Champions League last season when they were rebuilding. They're rebuilding now, and they went and beat Barcelona 3-1 in El Clasico. They're just a giant of club football, Real Madrid. An absolute giant. And they will never not be successful just because of the way that club is run. They just want to win at all costs. And look at the team they've got. Camavinga, Tchouaméni in the midfield. They want to get Jude Bellingham. Imagine that as a midfield three. Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. I mean, it's just so impressive from Real Madrid. Fair play to them. Kolo Muani comes forward. And well played there from Sekou Fofana. But they have been quite poor in this first half, France. I will... Yeah, he is. He is. I thought he meant for this tournament, but... I mean, you look at his section and he's just... I think he's a bit unlucky that he's 9th in the world. I think if he was 10th in the world, he would have had a better tie, which sounds really stupid, doesn't it? I mean, let me just have a look at his section of the draw. Let me have a look, because I've done a bloody notes on my phone about it, Chris. The whole draw, I've done a notes page, which you could say is pretty sad, but so his section is Gurney in the 3rd round, James Wade potentially quarterfinal, probably Gerwin Price semi-final. Whereas if he was number 10 in the world, it would have been Rids in the 3rd round. Then Johnny Clayton, worst case scenario, in the last 16, with Peter Wright in the quarters, in the semis. And if Peter Wright doesn't have a good tournament, he's got maybe Dimitri or Ratajski in a semi-final. So I actually think Danny Noppert, if he was one place lower in the rankings in 10, in the 10th seed, I think it would have benefited him more. Which actually sounds crazy that being lower down the rankings gives you more of an easier route. But you've got to beat what's in front of you. A lot of people will look at different sections of the draw, which bits of the draw can open up with, a few names going. But ultimately, if you're going to be world champion, or if you're going to have a real good run at the World Championships, you have to beat a top 10 player. Oh, lovely footwork from Kingsley Coman. What a player. Lovely play from Coman. Plays it to Diassi. Guendouzi. Passes a bit too much on it from Matteo Guendouzi for Eduardo Camavinga. And Camavinga got a bit annoyed there. No, it'll be semi-finals he runs into Price, Chris. His quarter-final game will be... Oh, actually, let me have a look again. Sorry. So... Yeah, it'll be semi-final. It'll be semi-final, Chris. Danny Noppert's quarter-final game will be against James Wade. So his second round game is against Daryl Gurney if he... Oh, unlucky there from Tunisia. So he's got... So Danny Noppert has got Richie Edhouse or David Cameron in round 2. He would then have Daryl Gurney, Alan Suter or Mal Cumming in round 2. In round 3, sorry. And then in the last 16, in the quarterfinals, he would have James Wade, Gabriel Clemens, or the two players that come from that. And then it would be a semi-final game against Getawin Price. So you're probably looking at Gurney, Wade, Price. Well, he's got to get past Alan Suter or Mal Cumming first, but you'd expect a player of Danny Noppert's ability to get past either Suits or Cumming without disrespect to any of them. Hang on a minute. Oh, shit. Yeah, it will be. No, it will be. Ignore me. Ignore me. Ignore me. Ignore me. Let me... I've done something wrong on my notes. Yeah. So... Yeah, you're right, because he will have Ed House or Cameron in second round, then Gurney, Suter or Cumming in the third round. Then there's a fourth round, isn't there? Which is the last 16. Yeah. You're very much right, mate. Sorry about that. Hello, John Wayne. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Australia on the ball on this near side, and both games are exactly in sync. That is brilliant. One game must have slowed down or something, or caught up, because I'm literally on the exact same time off both of them, which is brilliant. And that should be a foul for a free kick for Tunisia, and it isn't. And Camavinga puts the ball out of play. Let's have a look what the time is in Doha. Oh, yeah, it's it's 6:47 in Doha. I was wondering why Martin Keown kept saying this evening. Yeah, let's not imagine that, Chris. Trying to see how many games I've added on. So there's going to be 2 minutes of additional time in this Tunisia-France game. And there's also 2 minutes added on in the Australia-Denmark game at the Al Janoub Stadium this French game, of course, in the Education City Stadium. Still goalless in Group D. Nothing can separate Australia and Denmark. Nothing can also separate Tunisia and France. Like I said, as it stands, it will be Australia in second. Les Bleus, vive la France, in first out of Group D. We'll play first and second out of Group C. France very much want to win this group. And you'd probably say that if they carry on like this, Tunisia may get a goal out of France. That's a foul on Eduardo. Eduardo Camavinga's been pushed around, kicked, everything in this game. They definitely see him as a threat for France in sort of carrying the ball forward, bringing France further up the pitch, which is what Eduardo Camavinga does, not just for France, but for Real Madrid as well. When he gets the ball, he's the type of player that can bring you 10 yards up the pitch. Australia, ball in the box. Oh! Australia so close to taking the lead. If it wasn't for Andreas Christensen, France coming forward in this one. Diassi, but Tunisia can break on France. So throw into Australia in this one as well. Is in towards Laidouni. Out to Waib Khazri. Khazri goes for it. And that should be it. And it is half-time in the Al Janoub Stadium. Australia 0. Denmark 0. And the Aussies, the Socceroos, are halfway there. And also half-time here at the Education City Stadium. It is Tunisia 0. Les France or Les Bleus 0-0-0 in both games, which means the table for Group D at halftime is the exact same as it was at kickoff. France with 7 points and a +4 goal difference lead the way. Australia in second place on 4 points with a -2 goal difference also on their way. And then Denmark and Tunisia, both third and fourth respectively, on 2 points with a -1 goal difference. Going to read this last prediction and then I will go for a quick 2-minute break at half-time. Of course, like, share and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. I can get comments on at half-time, can't I? Chris says, my standout first-round games, Jim Williams versus Bielecki. Okay. William O'Connor, Bo Greaves, yeah, 100%. Gert Nenchez versus Leonard Gates. Quality first-round ties, tough one to call. Oh, yeah, you said qualify. Right, I am going to take a 2-minute toilet break, so please chat amongst yourselves in the chat. Get in your thoughts on the group as it stands and how you think the group will end up. And I'll tell you what, get me in the prediction with your final Group D table. And when I come back, I will read them. So let me know your final Group D table with obviously the points as well, because obviously I can tell what you guys have gone with from the remainder of the games. And I will speak to you in a second. They're all back for an interesting second half, you could say. I think that a lot of things can change in this second half. I think the table's going to move a few times. And like I said, you look at the group now and it's basically as we started, nothing's changed. No teams have moved in the group for say, but anything could happen. And I just think that it's one of them, innit, where you'd expect the group to change. You wouldn't expect it to be 0-0, 0-0 in both games. But if it doesn't, and if it does stay 0-0, or even if just France score, nothing changes. But if a Tunisia, Australia, or Denmark goal go in, then it changes. So the only thing that won't change the group in any way, shape, or form is 2 draws or a France victory and then a draw in the other game. I think that's the only outcome that will not change a single thing in the group. Because if Tunisia score and take the lead, as it stands, Tunisia will go through in second place. And then Australia would finish third. Denmark would finish bottom of the group. By the way, Chris Welch in the chat, very good mate of mine. I'm going to say this. Chris Welch got Denmark, I believe, either to the semi-finals or the final of the World Cup. I think it was actually final. So if Denmark get grouped today, we can all give Chris a round of applause for his awful prediction. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that, but Chris did say that Denmark would. I think it was final. I'm really tempted to say he said they will get to the final and lose to Germany, but I can't remember if that's what he said or it was just get to the final. Either one, is a bad prediction from Chris. I'm sure he'll be bloody pissed off that he said that. I'm looking at the second half and I'm thinking, right, my predictions for the second half. Tunisia are going to have to come at France now. Tunisia cannot sit off France anymore. They have to just go for it. And I really do think that's going to leave them exposed at the back. Oh, yes! Group C is also on BBC. Yes! That makes life 10 times easier for me. Great. Get in there. I'm actually really happy with that. Really happy with that. They're just showing the highlights of the Australia-Denmark game. It has been pretty much all Denmark in that one, to be fair. But like I said, as it stands, it is France, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia. But a lot can change. A lot can change. Yeah, so still 0-0 there. I have to mute this. I can't listen to them talking about Wales chat. I'm sorry. You've literally forgot the biggest Dutch name, Chris, in that. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, so how many have you got there? You've got Danny Hansen, who's won a Pro Tour already. Danny Van Tripp, I believe, has been winning on the Challenge Tour. Jimi Hendrix and Gert Nenchez. And then you've got a 5-time world champion, a 3-time world champion, a UK Open champion, and someone who will win a title. I guarantee you Dirk van Dijvenbode will win a PDC major. He just has to. He's another fantastic player. Dirk van Dijvenbode.
Yes, of course, Gab already mentioned. It's been such a long week, hasn't it, for Welsh fans? 64 years. How many times have we mentioned that over the past few weeks? So just being here for the fans.
Yeah. I mean, the Welsh fans did themselves in cover themselves in glory, but just got in there. It wasn't to be. Why is my stream just not my stream? Why is my BBC iPlayer just decided to concave? No, thank you. We will watch the France-Tunisia game. And the second half is underway. France or Tunisia. France is underway in this one. But it is still half-time in the Al Janoub Stadium between Australia and Denmark. No, it's not. Well, it still is, but I was like 2 or 3 minutes behind the actual action. And Australia bet gets underway. And it is Jackson Irvine to get us underway. We are underway for the second half. So both games are underway again for the second half. And we are back to how we were at the start of the group. Yeah, it is his level, Chris. You're right. And, at the start of the tournament, everyone said Denmark are a dark horse and they're 45 minutes away from elimination. And even if Tunisia score a goal, they're bottom. Skiri tries to get in between the defenders. And the ball's in the box. It falls to Khazri. Apparently, that's not a penalty. Wahib Khazri felt that he was bundled to the floor, and France can hit on the break with Kolo Muani. And they've given France a free kick for that. Wow. Poor referee in there. Wahib Khazri was brought down. France hit on the break. And for the foul that they didn't give for Tunisia, they gave it for France at the other end. Very controversial. Ball comes in by Australia. Played away again by Denmark. Throw into the Socceroos on this near side, on this far side. Sorry, Aaron Moy. He's got the ball in his hand, but he definitely is not the type of player to be whipping in a long throw in. That's left to Milos Degnak. Ball comes in, headed away again by Denmark. Aaron Moy picks up the loose ball for Australia. And it looks like Jordan Veretout is down. Should be fine. And he gets up. It's about 45 seconds behind both of these games. So let me try and refresh Busey iPlayer and see if we can get both. No, we're still about the same time behind, which is fine. We can, I guess, deal with that. But I'll answer it as well, Andre. I don't think they will. No, I think they'll get playoffs, but I think they may lose in the playoffs. Kingsley Coman using his electric pace. He's got no one up there with him, though, Coman. So he's going to have to check back. Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani. Lovely ball. Back into Kingsley Coman. He's not going to reach it. Will be a goal kick to Tunisia. Gianni Infantino. What an absolute knob. Can't stand Gianni Infantino. What an absolute fucking idiot. He got booed at the Wales-England game, didn't he? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Well, we're not going to get into the bloody politics of it, but I'm glad that he got booed. Laidouni. Lovely play from Laidouni. Finds Sakiri. And Laidouni carries on! It's an unlucky effort from Laidouni. Ibrahim Konate is on the floor. Rafael Varane is screaming at the referee. It wasn't Konate. It was Sekou Fofana. I don't know how France wanted a free kick for that. Chris, if you do get to the playoffs, will you go to both of the semi-finals? Obviously, the one at Brunton Park, and then whoever you get away from home. Presuming you will, and obviously you'll be definitely going to Wembley if you get there. Camavinga loses out. And Tunisia down the right-hand side. Looks like an Australia player is struggling. Don't know actually who that is. Looks like number 4. But Australia, Denmark, still 0-0. Oh, trust me, Chris, the playoffs is painful, man. The semi-final is worse than the final. That may sound controversial, but the semi-final is definitely worse than playing the final. Because the final, you've done the hard work to get to the final. If you lose it, you lose it. Obviously, for us, I hate the final more than the semi-final because of how we got robbed in the final. But, I mean, like if you lose in a semi-final of a playoff, it's even worse because in the second leg, you're seeing the other team celebrate whilst getting to Wembley, and you've got to be stuck in that league again. At least the final, you get a day to Wembley, and if you win, you win. But we've never lost. Every time we've been in a playoff semi-final, we've never lost. We've always made it to the final. So I always back us if we're in the playoffs to make it, because we've got that never say die attitude that Newport have always had. But when we're in the final, it's another story. The Wrexham semi-final, the semi-finals against Grimsby to get to the final against Wrexham, just the better team over the 2 games. The Mansfield semi-finals, we were the better team over 2 games, I thought. A bit of an equal game. And then the Forest Green one, that was just... The Forest Green semi-final was weird because we obliterated them at home. Absolutely obliterated them. And then in the second leg, it was a weird game. I think it ended like 4-3 on it or 4-2 Forest Green, whatever it was. So we always get out of the semi-finals, but then it's when we get to the final. Mandanda collects the ball. And it looks like there's a change for Tunisia. Looks like Hissam Jabeli from the commentary team is about to come on for Tunisia. So the number 9, you know what? Just go for it. Take off a centre-back and go with a striker up front. Just go for it, man. Varane, back to Mandanda. I'll tell you what, Steve Mandanda, his days are definitely up, I think, on the highest level, because he is so shaky in this game. Ball comes in and Mandanda will collect. Looks like it's a double change for Denmark as well. It looks like Mikkel Damsgaard is coming on. And the Poundland, Erling Haaland, Kasper Dolberg. I quite like that. The Poundland, Erling Haaland is Kasper Dolberg. We were last in playoffs in 16-17 semi-final. Ended 6-5. Yeah. It's in! Tunisia have the lead! Wahib Khazri for Tunisia! Tunisia lead France in the Education City Stadium. The whole of the Tunisian end are in limbs. Tops are flying everywhere. Tunisia 1, France 0. Tunisia on their way. Tunisia's first goal at the tournament is to put them in front against France. Wow. And as it stands, Denmark are bottom of the group. The updated table, France on 7 points plus 4. Tunisia on 4 points with 0 goal difference. Australia on 4 points with a -2 goal difference. And Denmark, you are hearing this right, Denmark rock bottom on 2 points. Wow. Denmark, as it stands, have to beat Australia. And even if they beat Australia, it's not enough. Well, it is. No, it will be enough. If Denmark score, they will overtake Australia and Tunisia to go second in the group. And also, France have only got 6 points now. I've got to update that as well. Wow. France on 6 points plus 3. Tunisia 4-0. Australia 4 -2. Denmark 2 -1. The Danes could be about to be grouped and bottom of the group. Australia was second going into the game and now in third place. Tunisia from bottom of the group have gone to second with a Wahid Khazri goal. And it's in! Australia have scored! Australia 1, Denmark 0! Australia are going, as it stands, to go back second. Wow! Australia are on 6 points. Denmark back to 1 point. So France are now in first. Australia in second, ahead of Tunisia in third. Denmark rock bottom on 1 point. They have got a -2 goal difference as well, Denmark now, haven't they? So as it stands, that Tunisian goal will mean nothing. That Tunisia goal will mean nothing. So it looks like William Saliba, Kylian Mbappe, and Adrien Rabiot to come on. And as it stands, Tunisia might beat the world champions, but still not progress. Kylian Mbappe on. Yes, Martin Keown. He said Mbappe, best player in the world right now. Yeah, Denmark have flopped big time. I don't think Varane's gone off because he's been poor. I think Varane's come off because has been carrying a knock, hasn't he? So Diassi. Ganduzi. And Chouamini has fouled Jabelli. Corner for Denmark. Ball comes in. They've got to score. Well, they've got to score two. Rabiot comes forward. Of course, they have made a few changes. Well, they're not through yet, Hal. But as it stands, yes, Australia. Bloody Australia. The bloody Socceroos. Bloody going through as it stands, mate. Sean, don't fucking do that. Why are we doing this again? Why are we doing this again? Why are we telling people to go and subscribe to other people? You know what you're fucking doing, Sean. I'm not going to take any fucking bullshit from you anymore, mate. You're timed out. You know exactly what you're fucking doing, mate. So don't bother. If you don't want to come in and say anything nice in the stream, then piss off. Jabelli carries on with his run. And it will be a corner. Is that person even live? If that person's not even live, then that's going to piss me off even more. If he is, then he's probably... I wouldn't be surprised if he's told you to go and do that. No, he's not. So, what... Yeah, this game has actually been really good, to be fair, hasn't it? I'm actually liking the way that this Tunisian team are playing, to be fair. They've really thought of the way to break this French team down and the way to get at France, and they've executed it very well. Fair play to them. Ball comes in for Denmark. Yeah, I saw his weight comparison. Yeah, only like 2 years ago, he lost the World Championship game, didn't he? 2 years ago, compared to winning like Pro Tours and Euro Tours. I think it's died down a little bit since obviously the 2 goals. Evening, John. Or I don't know. I said evening, afternoon, John. Thanks for tuning in. You're a newbie on here. Well, thanks for coming across and showing your support. We're actually 61 subscribers away from 3.2k, which is absolutely incredible. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, share the stream as well. You've got to be an athlete these days for darts, haven't you, Chris? We've seen, I don't want to say the word, but we've seen people that have got a bit too much body fat who've unfortunately lost the tour card and not really progressed with their career. And you compare that to the more athletic type of dart player and they're winning more of the tournaments. Looks like Griezmann is on his way on. And it is Fofana off. Antoine Griezmann on. Mbappe's through ball just gets wasted realistically, doesn't it? From Kylian Mbappe. Like I said, both of these games have died a little bit. Margate Kent. Ooh, thank you. I don't know why I said thank you for telling me where you're from, but I think I meant to say interesting. Yeah, I'm from Scotland. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your Scottish heritage in the chat. Ben Ramadani is off, and it is, don't know who's coming on in his place. Shalia or Chalea. It's also changed for bloody Australia, mate. I'm going to try and speak like this when they're making the substitution. So player coming off is the number 14. Oh, please tell me who it is. The player coming off is the number 14. And that is Riley McGree. Riley McGree is being substituted off the field by the number 8, Wright. Bailey Wright. Preston North End legend from the Socceroos. Poland, Argentina. Messi versus Lewandowski. Argentina are not through, are they? Well, Argentina are only on 3 points. Saudi Arabia are on 3. Poland are on 4. Mexico are on 1. So Poland are actually top of the group at the moment. Who have Poland got? So Poland have got Argentina. So Poland could eliminate Argentina from the World Cup. So if Poland get a draw, if Poland beat Argentina, Poland will be on 7 points. Argentina will be on 3, and Saudi Arabia, if they can get something from Mexico, Saudi Arabia will be qualified into the knockout rounds. Yeah, Tunisia don't need to score again, do they, realistically? Oh, I didn't see what Callum said. Oh, I've just seen that. Cheers, Chris. I'm lucky that I'm going to have to message both of them after this, because that's a few times. I'm going to do it now, actually. It's not their fault. I'm not saying it's their fault. Well, I've just sent them both a message, basically asking if I could go on a StreamYard with them both, just to basically tell them that I'm getting pissed off with it. It's not their fault. I'm not going to say it's their fault. It's just annoying that that's 3 or 4 times now that someone has come into my stream and said, go and subscribe to Dan from Turf Morehouse TV or Chris. Fucking hell. Should the whole of the UK get behind England at the World Cup? No, they fucking shouldn't. Yeah, I know what you mean, Chris. I completely understand that that is so bad goalkeeping. I understand that they've probably never seen those people in Dan or Chris. It's not. I won't be able to go at them. I'll just be saying that. Be aware of people doing that in streams. Literally, like I said, nothing to do with. And I'll probably say it to a few more people. Obviously, you know yourself and being in these streams, but people who do their own streams that don't tune into my channel so often, I may just tell them to watch out for people like that, because what could happen is someone could easily come into the stream, say that, all of their viewers go, and then they've lost all their viewers. And I know it's not about views, but from having people tune in and watch you to then it just pissed me off, to be fair. It's really pissed me off. Like, YouTubers, no matter how many subscribers you've got, every YouTuber works hard. Ball comes in from the corner. And my Australia-Denmark feed has gone down momentarily, so we will refresh that. Shit, I don't want any sound. Australia throwing around 10 minutes to go in that one. Less than 10 minutes to go in this one between Tunisia and France. But I believe the only way Tunisia can go through is if Denmark score a goal. But Denmark are sitting so defensively, they've almost just admitted that they're getting knocked out. Well, I believe, well, the only way Denmark can qualify is if they score 2 goals. Denmark have to score 2 goals in 10 minutes. Because then Denmark will go through. Ball comes in. Kolumuani, Saliba. Dembele strikes it. Good save from the keeper. Long throw in for Australia. Oh, look at Joseph, everyone. Oh, bless him. Oh, he's not got a life, so he's decided to subscribe to the channel. So thank you for your subscription, mate. And then he's also decided to comment in the chat because he's so obsessed with Wales that he can't just forget that they beat us, focus on his own country in the World Cup, and actually try and not be a bottle job and lose it once again. He's decided to come in here. Thank you ever so much, Joseph. Thank you ever so much, mate. I am absolutely pleased to have you on the channel. What an absolute legend. Obviously, Wales do live rent-free in a lot of English people's heads because all they keep doing is mentioning us. So keep talking, mate. Fucking wanker. So it looks like Ali Abdi is coming on. And Slimani has come off. Mitch Duke has come off for the bloody Socceroos. Jamie McLaren has played a lot of time in the Australian A-League, especially for Melbourne Victory. But I'm actually gutted you timed him, mate. Chris, he was one of my favourite subscribers. Oh, why would you do that, Chris, man? Oh, I was enjoying his great banter. Fucking bunch of plonkers, man. They can't win. Martin Keown just said, right, Denmark, by a lot of people, were seen as a team that maybe, what was I saying? He just said maybe a lot of people thought Denmark could win the group, and they're not going to do that at this rate. They can't do it at any rate, mate. Even if they win 20-0 and Tunisia win 20-0, they can't. They're out, Denmark, unless they score 2 goals. Some of the commentators on these fucking games are a bunch of morons, man. Obviously, I'd take the piss out of Wales, but I wouldn't say that term. Dembele keeps the attack alive. Dembele's ball in. Rabiot! Just wide. Adrien Rabiot. Camavinga. If Denmark score, if Denmark score 1, Tunisia are through. If Denmark score 2, Denmark are through. If no goals happen, Australia are through. Sean, you said how's my day? Yo, I'll be nice in the comment section. I've literally just had to time you out previously for saying subscribe to Luca. So don't fucking lie to me, mate. Fucking people, fuck me off, man. I'm going to be nice today. Well, you clearly already haven't, because you've already tried to promote someone else's stream in my stream. So that's already a lie straight away before you even start. So Denmark are not scoring. Denmark are not scoring. So there's no way Tunisia qualify, in my opinion. Denmark just playing this round the back, man. It's very, very boring from Denmark. The thing is with France, though, right? Like, I always said about France, there will be like a game in a World Cup where eventually the eventual winners you'll look back on and say, but they did drop points here. Maybe it may be with France. We'll see. Or maybe England with USA. You never know. England won 2 of their other games, of course, drawing with the US. Every team, I don't think any team will go through a World Cup perfect, winning every single game with relative ease. Even Brazil against Switzerland found it tough. Portugal against Ghana, they found it tough. Brazil, Argentina obviously lost to Saudi Arabia. Germany lost to Japan. Spain made hard work of the Germany game. So, all of these teams that Belgium, Morocco, all of these teams that you're looking at as potential winners have all had a tough run. I'd keyboard warriors after we smashed Salford 4-1, saying you shouldn't take the piss out of Manchester people saying that. Play bloody Club Penguin as profile pictures. I love rattling people. Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? How's the match doing? Well, there's 2 matches and they're going quite well. I would love to see Argentina go out because I can't stand fucking Messi. Can't stand him. And I don't care if that's... Do you know what? I kind of feel sorry for Tunisia because they've done, as it stands, they've done all they can. Oh, just wide there from Colomouani. They've done everything right in this game, Tunisia. They've beat France like they had to, and then they had to rely on Denmark beating Australia. Griezmann's corner. It's a brilliant idea of a corner, but it's gone so far backwards. But Eduardo Camavinga picks up the ball. And on my screen, the Australia-Denmark is a minute behind-ish. There'll be 8 minutes of added time here at the Education City Stadium. We are still awaiting added time from the Al Janoub Stadium between Australia and Denmark, and Ousmane Dembele has just run that ball out of a play. Kylian Mbappe, since he's come on, has barely done anything. 30 seconds left of the 90 in the Al Janoub Stadium. I'll tell you what, this has been absolute drama. Yeah, Ryan, you say this, they won't retain the title, but this is what champions do. Like, they do go through a tough game, but I think they'll come back. And if they were to get an equaliser, that would just prove everything, wouldn't it? Griezmann. There's 6 minutes added time here, so they may finish around about the same time. 6.5 to go between Tunisia and France. And there's 5 to go. Australia, Denmark. Denmark coming forward. Kasper Dolberg. They need a goal. Ball comes in the box. Cleared away by Suter. Not Alan Suter. Harry Suter. Oh, what chance for Denmark. Cleared away again by Australia. Australia again clear the ball. France have a free kick. This is entertaining, nervous end to the game. It looks like Kylian Mbappe is over the free kick. Griezmann is over it as well. Camavinga. This would be painful for Tunisia if France were to get an equaliser. Denmark probing again, trying to get the ball into the box. But Kylian Mbappe is over it. It is Mbappe blocked by the wall. Mbappe picks up loose ball. It's a lovely ball in from Mbappe. Keeper spills it and it's cleared away. Throw in France. Of course, mate. Absolutely. The Australians are just absolutely bloody stoked to be here, mate. Let's get a bloody dingo and a bloody can of Foster's and chuck some bloody chicken on the barbie. Outside the boot cross. It will be a French corner. Le Bleu. What matches are you streaming tomorrow, Mike? Yeah, the little shrimp on the barbie. I'm streaming the games that are on tomorrow, Sean. I'm kind of focusing on this game right now, and I'm going to be focusing on the games this evening. I don't really want to tell you my whole schedule because we've only got a few minutes left of this, and this is nervy. The thing is, right, as it stands, a Denmark goal sends Tunisia through. So if Denmark score, Australia will go back to third and Tunisia will move into second. They've got to hold on, and it is a corner to Denmark. Christian Eriksen has gone over to take it. Denmark corner, 94th minute of 6 added on. Went to the 95th of 8 added on in the Education City Stadium. Kasper Schmeichel is up for the corner. His dad scored quite a few goals for his club and country. And it is Schmeichel up for the corner. Eriksen's corner brought in, and Matty Ryan, instead of just launching it up the pitch, sits on the ball and will try and waste a few more seconds. And his fellow goalkeeper, or his opposite goalkeeper, Kasper Schmeichel, is back in the goal. So, as I said, Tunisia will win this, but not qualify. Just drop. There it is. Denmark look like they're gone. Denmark look like they are gone mentally. Not even just in this game. They just don't look in it. Two and a half minutes to go between Tunisia and France. Literally about 80 seconds left of this game in Al Janoub. Kasper Schmeichel is up for the corner again. It's another corner for Denmark. Schmeichel is up there. Again, it will be Christian Eriksen. This will be late drama. Eriksen's ball in. Goes into the back stick. Oh, and it's on the roof of the net. Australia are 50 seconds away from their first victory over a European nation since 2006. And Australia are 30 seconds away from a place in the last 16. Matty Ryan with a goal kick. Throwing Australia. They're all watching the game on the phone. Wahid Khazri, Hannibal Mejbri, they're all watching. And Australia have done it! The Socceroos are into the last 16. Wow! Wow. Australia 1, Denmark 0. That sends the Socceroos into the last 16. They will finish second in Group D and will play the winner of Group C in the last 16. Australian limbs in the Al Janoub Stadium. Australia 1, Denmark 0, full time. There's 20 seconds left here in the Education City Stadium. Ball comes in. Tunisia about to get a memorable win. No! They're not! Tunisia will not beat France. Antoine Griezmann in the 98th minute. It wouldn't have mattered even if Denmark would have scored, because Antoine Griezmann, oh, that's a blow. That is a blow. Tunisia have just found out Australia are through. 20 seconds later, France make it 1-1. Griezmann's doing the penguin. Oh, they were literally 20 seconds away from a memorable win against France. And that is what world-class players do. Antoine Griezmann runs from an offside position and puts it right across the goalkeeper. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. France back to 7 points. Australia on 6. And that's it. It's finished. Full time. Tunisia won. France won. What? What's going on here? I believe there's VAR check here. What are they doing? And it might be ruled out. I swear to God, if Tunisia somehow... He's off. Griezmann has to be offside. Tunisia... Tunisia may have got that massive point they believe they deserved and believe they earned. Is this a goal? Antoine Griezmann is offside when the ball gets played in. When he scores it, he's onside. He has come in to an onside position. And the VAR, the referee has gone to VAR. And the decision is no goal. France have been beaten by Tunisia. France have beaten Tunisia. What a result. France are beaten. Surely, what's going on now? Is it full time? Still not over. What's going on here? What is going on here? I'm so confused. I'm actually so confused. We're into the 13th minute of added time. Drummond goes long. And it's still not full time. What is going on here? Cherubini. Surely not. Surely they don't equalise here, France. Griezmann. Surely not. Diassi. Dembele loses it. Griezmann. Not Kazri. They just blast it out of there. Still the referee is not blown. And there it is. Tunisia beat France by 1-0. but it will not matter one bit because Australia have beaten Denmark. So as the group ends, Les Bleus win the group. Les Bleus win the group on 6 points. Australia second on 6 points. Tunisia third. And Denmark are out and bottom of the group. And there is confirmation. France and Australia through. Tunisia and Denmark out. What a hectic group game that was. Please make sure to smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new around here. And I will catch you for another live stream this evening for the end of Group C. France lose in dramatic style to Tunisia for a famous win, but they don't progress through. It's the Socceroos who are in to the last 16. Thanks for watching. Stay well and stay safe.